Hello! We're back with another day of coding, dude. I'm working on that beer app again. Let's get to it. So when we last left off with this app, it looked like this. We have a list of beers at the bottom, and then at the top is a search bar so we can search for beers. But I've decided I'm not going to have the search bar at the top because I found this really sick tutorial that shows you how to do a little search function. So instead, we're going to put a little search icon in the top right of the app, and then we're going to have a whole like search section. Now here's the YouTube video I followed. It was awesome. I highly suggest it. So basically what this is going to do is bring us to a whole other screen. So we just have like a separate screen for the search, which you've probably seen in a lot of apps. And if you think about those apps that have a search screen, typically at the top there's a search function. There's typically an X button so you can clear out your search, and then there's a back button so you can go back to the other screen. Then there's the area where you search, and then it's going to display some stuff. We have to work with all these elements individually. First we have to make the little X in the corner, and here's me copying the YouTube tutorial making the X. Then we have to make the back button, here's me doing that. Then we actually have to build what displays when you're searching. And so I'm just doing like a basic list that'll display the beer name. Alright, now we're ready to test and see what this looks like. Boom, click on the search. And there we go. There's a little list that shows the basic beers. You see the search at the top. There's also those icons. Sweet. Okay, right now the search doesn't actually do anything. All we did is like make the display for the screen. So we need to make it so that if you actually type into the search bar, you'll see your results. And here's what that looks like. Imperial Nut Brown. Nice, dude. Okay, and this is cool, but my problem is right now I'm only displaying the beer name. So when you're searching for like the Imperial Nut Brown, all you'll see is the Imperial Nut Brown. And the point of this search is to be able to search for the beer name, but also the abbreviation and the type. So I think instead of just displaying the beer name, I'm going to display the same cards that are on the last screen. And then another change I want to make is right now when you first click on the search bar, all of the beers show up on the screen. I only want to show the ones that we're searching for. So originally there should be nothing there until we start to search. So let's look at the changes now that we've done that. Click on the search, nothing shows up. Then we start to search, Black Mamba, boom. This shit's working pretty good, huh? I'd say so. But now we actually have to implement something so that when you search for the abbreviation or the type of beer, that one shows up as well. Because right now all we're doing is searching for the name of the beer. And now if you look at type in stout, and all the stouts show up, which is a type of beer, and it's the best type of beer, by the way. But another problem I'm having right now is it's searching for the exact wording, which includes uppercases. So for example, the black IPA starts with an uppercase B. If I typed black in with a lowercase b, black IPA would not show up. That's a problem. So let's make it so that lowercases work. And IPA all undercase, it's still working. Sweet. And so the point of these cards isn't just to display this information. These cards are almost supposed to be like a teaser, I guess you could say, for the information about the beer. So like it's only showing the beer name, type, and abbreviation. But there's so much more information that we have on each beer. So when you click on the card for the beer, it should bring you to another screen that gives you more information on that beer. So let's start working on this new beer screen. Boom, okay, we're gonna click on Bastard Ale and it shows up. Addicted Coffee Stout shows up. Cool. Page is looking kind of, it's looking kind of weak, you know? Obviously, I just started. So in the middle of the screen, we're gonna wanna put the name of the beer, the type of beer, and the abbreviation. Boom, that looks decent, I guess. So right now from the database, all that we're getting for each beer is the name, type, and abbreviation. Because so far I haven't had to work with anything else. Let's get more data in so we can display more data. All right, so here's all the data that's available for each beer. So I'm just gonna go into my beer class and I'm gonna make sure that we're grabbing all of that data from the database now. And then of course, we've got the data, we need to display it. So I'm thinking we could do like some small cards on this screen, you know, like a card that shows one data, a card that shows the next data, the next data, the next data, with the label of the data on the left and then the value of the data on the right. Pretty simple stuff. So let's do it though. And here's what happens when I just throw the data in there without styling it. Blah. Let's style that bitch. All right, this is better. Obviously we need way more spacing on the inside though. So now we just have to add a lot more spacing in the card, and then also we need to add a lot more cards with all the values and data. Boom, there we go. That looks good. That's fine. I mean, like, this isn't anything flashy, but we don't need anything flashy. We're just trying to display some data to the user. The only problem I have with it is there's a lot of spacing between the cards. So let's make the spacing between the cards slightly less, and then also we need a notes card that's gonna be different than all the other cards, and it's gonna be on the bottom of the screen. All right, the spacing looks better between the cards, but now the notes are a bit cramped, so let's add some spacing in that notes card. Boom, that's like perfect, honestly. And once again, we're not really looking for anything crazy, just something kind of basic so we can display this data. Now, if you watched my video the other day, you'll realize that I wanted to sort the beers on the main screen. I want to be able to sort the beers by the create date, but that's going to be tough because the create date in the database is stored as a string as opposed to like a date time. So I'm going to have to convert the string to a date. It's going to be kind of annoying. And I'll get to that, but first what I need to do is just figure out how to sort in general. So just to figure out the sorting, let's figure figure out how we can sort between the name of the beer, the abbreviation of the beer, or the type of beer. So first, we're gonna need a sort icon that's right next to the search icon. Cool, I just typed into the icon's sort and this came up. I don't know, I'm sure that's the official sort icon. So now when you click the sort icon, we need to have a pop-up that's gonna show all the different ways that we can sort. This is a bit long, don't you think? Much better, and plus this has all the 3 categories we're trying to sort by. Cool, that means we're ready to start moving on to the next step, which is actually fucking sorting this thing. And that's pretty easy. I just did like a switch statement. So like if you click on name, then it'll sort by the name. If you click on abbreviation, I'll sort by abbreviation, blah, 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 blah. Pretty easy stuff. And this is what it looks like. See, right now we're sorting by name, but we can click type and we're sorting by the type now. You can click abbreviation and we're sorting by abbreviation now. Pretty cool. So finally we have to sort by the create date. And I want it so that the beer at the very top is going to be the most recently created beer. The beer at the bottom will be the less recent. What the fuck is, how would you say that? How would you word that? I'm so bad with words. Whatever. You get the point. Most recent beer at the top, and it goes down from there. And this was tough, like I said, because in the database we're storing the create date as a string. I think in Firebase, when you store a date, it's called a timestamp, and then in Flutter, it's called a date time. And there's a pretty simple conversion between the two. But if you're storing the date as a string, I now have to convert that string into a date time somehow. And I figured out how to do it. It's really fucking annoying. You can see the block that I'm editing right now is the sorting algorithm. This is kind of annoying, especially because if you look to the other cases, those are the other sorts and they're just one line of code. But this annoying chunk of code, it works, dude. See, look it. We're about to go sort by the create date. Boom, boom. There you go. Look, you can see the create date goes from the top to the bottom. It took me a really long time to figure out how to do this, honestly. It's kind of embarrassing how long it took me, but we got there, dude. Whatever. So on that note, I'm done coding for today. It's been real. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.